Hello, my name is Ivan, and this is my wife Mary, and we are here to tell our story. And I'll go ahead and let my wife begin with our story, and then, baby.
Hello, everyone. My name, of course, is Mary, as my husband just said. I am 43 years old, and I currently am suffering from fourth stage breast cancer that has metastasized to my bones and is now in my liver. I've been diagnosed with cancer. This is my third time. The first time I was living out in Los Angeles, and I had a business, but I had no uh, health insurance, so I had to run around a bit. Um, but I didn't get properly diagnosed until I moved back to the East Coast, and I found out that over a couple of months, the cancer grew to be a stage 3 cancer. And I had chemo and surgery at that time in 2013. I got re-diagnosed 2014, and I had at that time I had radiation. When I did chemo the first time, the chemo was so strong that it almost killed me. I weigh about, well, I don't weigh currently, but I weigh about 125 pounds on the average. And so the chemo took me all the way down to about 100 pounds. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything. And um, and I felt that I was dying. I felt I felt it as keenly as I feel my husband's hand on my shoulder. Um, I met my husband in 2015, and we got married, and I moved here. I moved.
You got married in 2016,
Well, I met you in 2015.
right?
I met him in 2015, and we got married 2016. And so we were having a really great year. I was doing some volunteer work in several places where we currently live, and my husband is an arborist. He knocks down trees for a living, which is very, very hard labor. So I was very happy in my new life until I found a new mass in my breast, and so we went to go and check it out. And at that point, I was told that the cancer came back, and of course, we were very devastated, but also very optimistic about out, because I've had it twice and was able to beat it. This time, the cancer is very, very progressive, and we, and my husband has, done everything in his power to try to get the money that we need in order for me to go to treatment. As I said before, the chemotherapy almost killed me. I'm at an extremely weakened state, and with severe back pain, severe swelling, constant insomnia, and it's pretty tough to be in pain most of the time, where you can do nothing but just pretty much go to bed and try to work out the pain for yourself, or take a minor pain reliever. So that is where we currently are at as far as my cancer. Um,
Well, it has actually it went from her bones. I mean, it metastasized into her bones, and now it's in her liver, and that is the danger that we are in now. is that it has taken hold of my wife's liver and is causing her a lot more problems than it was at first. So we're at now where we have to get her treatment that chemo can't do and anything else can't do. So that is the reason why we're doing everything we can to get her treated, because her health is progressing or failing.
Pretty.
It's failing fast. Her cancer mark is 10,000. And it's kind of wild, the doctors, that she's even still alive with the cancer mark that high, but she's a fighter, so that's why she's still here with the cancer mark at such a high rate like that. And we just wanted to tell our story because,
Sorry.
excuse me?
Sorry.
Okay, we just wanted to tell our story and reach out. As a husband, sometimes I find it very hard to, as husbands, we want to be able to protect. And so even though I'm doing everything I possibly can within my power to try to help raise the money to get my wife where she needs to go, sometimes I feel helpless because she hurts so bad all the time. And so it's my ability to help her is limited to a degree. And so I know that the main way that I can help her is to help her get where she can get her treatment. So that's why we're making this video. That's why I have done things like make this sign that you see right here. I've went out into the community with that sign on.
Hey, what's up, Ivan? What you doing with the sign?
What's up, man? What's going on, man? You got anybody coming on? You got tell people when they coming on. We thanking them for coming on.
Hey, I got Ivan down here. I'm trying to get it going, and we're trying to see what he, give us some information on what we got going with the sign, Ivan.
Here's where I got this sign. This is my wife, Mary. My wife has been battling cancer since 2011, and recently, the last couple of years, it's come back real aggressive.
Okay.
Right now, she is presently, it is metastasized from her breast into her bones.
Okay.
And now, unfortunately, it has made it to her liver. And so, the reason why I have this GoFundMe because she needs a procedure that is very costly. And so we're trying to raise money to get her to Tijuana, because if we don't get her there, it's going to be a problem. Her life is in danger. She's in a lot of pain. And so this is why I'm willing to go make signs like this. Here in just a few minutes, I'm just going to public. I'm right here, women are talking to camera. Some people looked at me like I was crazy, and there was actually a young man who said I was crazy, and my response to him, yeah, you're right, I'm crazy about her. And he didn't have anything else to say after that. So even though we're in this fight with cancer, this is also a love story. It's a love story because, we met, we married, and now we have this fight. And so, when I took my vows, I said I do. And so I am. And so she's worth every bit of ounce of fight that I have in me to help her. She's a wonderful mother. Now we're grandparents. Mm-hmm. We got our Mikos actually coming to see us in a few days. I'm excited about that.
That's my granddaughter, Miko.
Right. And so I haven't had a chance to see her yet, but she has. And so I'm so excited to get to meet my first grandchild for the first time, get to see her and play with her. And my wife does a lot of things in the community here. And so we just wanted to be around. It would be such a tragedy to lose such a jewel in this world just because you may not have the money to get the treatment that you need. So that's what our fight is. It's not just about wanting to live, but it's about wanting to live a life of purpose, because there's a lot of work left to do. She's a very young woman. And, I want to spend the next 50 years with her. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we're here. Is to appeal to the public for your help. Now, let me say this. The money It actually will go for her treatment, her stay, and the follow up. And so that's why we're asking for the money, and that's why we're trying to raise the money. And so that's what it would be for. It's for everything that entails in her getting her treatment. And so that's what we're appealing to the public for. It's for that. You have anything that you want just to talk about?
Yes, I would like to say, although I'm suffering and I know that there's a lot of people that are suffering, I would like to say to them and those that have lost loved ones to this vicious, vicious enemy that's inside of our body, I want for us to be an inspiration to each other, and we hold each other in prayer, and we hold each other in positive thought, and we try to work to try to figure out the why, the how of this disease. And there's people working on it, but if those of us that are hit with it are dying, then there's so many people to work on it. But we want to demonstrate our gratitude and our love to everyone that has lost a loved one, everyone who's currently struggling. We wish you and your family the best. And again, our GoFundMe is
www.gofundme.com/help Mary win over cancer. www.gofundme.com/help Mary win over cancer. That's what our GoFundMe is. And so, yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to help Mary win. We want to keep Mary here.
And we would like to, in advance, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your positive thoughts and energy. And I think that's it.
I'm Ivan, and this is my wife, Mary. And we can beat this.